Hello there. Today I'm going to be talking about the article Avoiding the Most Common 5 Mistakes of Using Blogs with Students, written by Ruth Reynard. So in this article she makes 5 different points of mistakes that are often used with blogs. And the first one is called improper contextualization. Contextualization of educational tools is always important. How, why it is used, thinking about how to fit it into the flow of the course, and using it only when it is really necessary and helpful. Blogs are useful for self-reflection and thought processing in particular, and so it is important to use blogs within these contexts that facilitate those tasks. In many ways, blogging is a solitary activity, and so it is important to take this into account as well. Point number 2 refers to unclear learning outcomes. It is important to have established learning outcomes whenever using a piece of educational technology. This is different from course objectives, for it takes into account student voice as well as application of course content. Blogs, says Reynard, are helpful in allowing students to practice a number of different skills, including analysis, synthesis, application, as well as the exploration of new ideas. Point number 3 is misuse of the environment. Essentially, the blog environment is intended as a one-way monologue for the poster in which others may comment but not contribute. Therefore, it is important that instructors use blogs only in contexts which are aided by this sort of environment. You wouldn't necessarily want to be having a large-scale class discussion using blogs. Point number 4 is elusive grading practices. Teachers need to be transparent from the very beginning about what it is they are looking for when they grade blogs. Rubrics are always helpful. That way, students will not potentially feel deceived when they do not receive the sort of grade that they were expecting. Blogs are essentially a series of personal statements, and so students can often feel attacked if they receive grades that aren't reinforced by some sort of rubric. The 5th point is inadequate time allocation. With all technology, it is important that a sensible chronological framework is in place. A suggested idea is to leave blogs open until the end of the unit, course, or assignment, so to maximize the opportunity for students to think through and work through their ideas. Overall, I found this article to be interesting, but I sort of found it to be very redundant. It felt as though it was saying to me over and over again, you need to have clear expectations about how you want to use a blog in your class from the very beginning, describing this fact again and again, if in slightly different ways. Additionally, I found a number of these points to be very straightforward, especially the point about grading practices. I don't know if the list of 5 was the most helpful way to structure this information either. Yet for all of that, I did find it helpful to hear that the blog is intended for reflection and for processing, and it does make me curious about the potential of blogs to apply those various skills that were mentioned earlier, such as synthesis, exploration of new ideas. My name's Sean Anderson, and thank you for listening to me talk about this article.